guys, Miss Charlie here with another Dollar Tree video. I recently had a haul of some Dollar Tree items I recently picked up. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it below if you'd like to see some of the things I did pick up. And then I did pick up some new things here recently. I filmed this video a few weeks ago, and then when I went to edit it, part of it was corrupted, so I have to do it all over again. But during that time, I did pick up some new stuff. So to fill in maybe a couple of holes that I didn't have, because everything that I'm using, I'm not using Dollar Tree items. I'm using things that are in my Shop My Stash for December. Because when I did the video the first time, I was using Shop My Stash things from November. So I'm using Shop My Stash things from December to fill in any holes. But a lot of the things that I'll be using today will be from Dollar Tree or Dollar Tree brands, or also purchased at Dollar Tree. So it might be a name brand, but it was purchased at Dollar Tree. So I have a nice little basket here full of stuff that we're gonna go through, try out. We're gonna do a look on each eye using some of the shadows that I picked up. So we'll just go ahead and get into. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my regular, base routine. Lips are dry. It is winter. We just had some snow last night, so it is cold. Lips are dry. I'm using the Be Pure Lip Scrub in Peppermint. Trying to use this up in my project pan. It comes in a tube, but I put it in this little container so that I can get at it a little bit better. And I just go in with the spatula, and then I put it in this little container that I got from Dollar Tree, and just go in and scrub the dead skin off the lips. Go. And then for lip balm, I picked this up today. This is the Beauty Impressions Nourishing Lip Balm in Raspberry Swirl Scented. Here we go. It's better. That's what it looks like. I'm gonna open her up. And it says super hydrating lip balm designed to keep your lips moisturized all day long. They put this in white. Why didn't they put this in purple? You can't hardly see that. For people like me, they should have done it differently. Like, this is in purple with white. This should have been in purple instead of white, because you can't see it. I'm gonna open her up, and the packaging is really cute. And this is what she looks like. Oops. She wants to jump out at you. And then open it up. Oops. And it has a little squeezy tube there. Squeezy. So you squeeze it. And there she, oops. Come on out. There she goes. Smells like berry, not necessarily raspberry. You don't need but a little. That's the type of lip balm I like. It's not too thick, it's not too thin, it's not goopy. I like that. So this is a good product right now. I always have a lip balm on when I do my makeup. And I also use it in my nighttime skincare. After I do my, facial skincare, I always put on a lip balm. Plus, I have one next to my, on my nightstand next to my bed. But so far, so good. I like that. So then I'm going to prep my face. Nothing from Dollar Tree. I got this Dragon's Blood Hyaluronic Drink from Rodial. This is something I got in Ipsy. And we're gonna try it out, and I'm gonna use this as my primer spray. It doesn't really have a scent, but I always have some type of hydration before makeup. So I'm gonna put that on. Then I'm going to do an eye cream. I always do an eye cream, and this one is from First Aid Beauty. It's cut open. This is in my project pan. And I'm going to put some of that on. Always have on an eye cream, especially being of mature skin, because that part of your body is thinner and it can get dry, especially if you put concealer and whatnot under your eyes and powder. You want it to be nice and hydrated so it doesn't look cakey. For moisturizer, I'm using the Glow Recipe Banana Souffle. This is in my project pan. And I'm going to put on a little bit of this. Don't need much. And it smells like baked banana. It smells like a banana now later. If you know, you know what a now later is, and you know the flavor and the scent. I like that. Now I'm gonna go in with my concealer, which is not a Dollar Tree brand, but I did buy it at Dollar Tree. And this was from Joa. Joa used to be at CVS. I think some CVS's have gotten rid of their kiosk. I think I've still seen it in my local CVS. I do have a couple Joa products, but this is their Wake Me Up Concealer. This one is in Cafe, and I do have a backup of it in Tan. This color matches me perfectly, so I don't have to mix it. And I put some under my foundation, just a little. The brushes that I'll be using are in my project pan. This is the Singe Beauty FO2. This is great for concealer, and I have been using it ever since I purchased the brushes, the first set of brushes. I think that was last year. I think it was last year or the beginning of this year when she came out with brushes. This is Angelica Nyqvist's, her makeup brand, and I have all of the brushes. She came out with 3 sets, and I have all of them. And I love this brush for concealer. It's nice and dense, and it's angled just a little bit, and it just gets in there really well. It helps distribute the concealer without being, you know, cakey or anything like that. I really, really like it. So that's the concealer, and that again is the Joa concealer. This one is in Cafe. I also have some brushes from the Dollar Tree. This is from Must Have Beauty. This is their powder brush. It has little glitters on the handle. I also have the contour brush and the blush brush. They're very, very light, very light. The hairs are coming out of them. I don't know if you can see that, but they're sticking out of there. So they're, of course, they're not the best for $1.25, but if this is what you can afford and you just want some brushes, these are still nice. I'm gonna open the powder one. This one doesn't have as many hairs sticking out of it, but there's a few. And then it's, the handle is hollow. You can see through it, but it's got glitter in it. So I'm gonna use these brushes when I get to it. But in the meantime, I'm gonna use some foundations that I found. The Prolux foundation, I have one in Honey, and this one I picked up today in Buff. This one is slightly darker than Honey, so I might mix these two and then add a little bit of my LA Girl Pro Color foundation mixing pigment in here if it's too red. But I think I'm gonna need something that's a little bit darker than this, because this is still light. That would be really too light on my skin. So I'm gonna mix these up and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I mixed those together. I mixed the Buff color and I mixed in the Rare Beauty foundation in 41N, which is in my project pan because this is a little red, and then the LA Girl mixing pigment, and it comes out to be about where I need, you know, to match my skin. I also have the Be Pure and Essentially Ageless foundation. This is their serum. Let me see. Essentially Ageless Hydrating Serum foundation. This is really nice. I do have to mix this, but it doesn't have a color on it, but this is a really good foundation as well. So I'm going to take my beauty blender, which is from Beauty Bakery. I do not have one from the Dollar Tree that I'm using right now, but I do have one from the Dollar Tree that I've had before, and I have a backup of it as well. Really enjoy it. I like it. This one is Beauty Bakery, which is no longer a brand, unfortunately. But I'm going to just dip in here, and I'm going to go ahead and just do my face. This matches perfectly. I don't like full coverage. I like a medium coverage. If I want to make it full, I can, but I just want something to even out my skin tone. And this is working great. It's perfect color. But yeah, that looks very nice, very smooth, just evened me out. It's not cakey or anything like that. Make sure I have it blended out over my nose area. But yeah, that's nice. I like that. I like that. So then I'm gonna go back in with just a little more concealer out here. I always go back out here if it's still a little dark. And then I also put some on my little palette. I have this little palette here that I can mix things on, because I'm gonna go in with that to carve out my brows when I do my brows. But I'm gonna go ahead and let that sit for a minute. While it's sitting, I'm going to talk about the powders that I'm going to use. This one is the infused powder from Be Pure. It's just a white powder. As you can see, I have used it quite a bit. It does not leave a white cast on my skin. You know, with someone with deeper skin, it does not leave a white cast. And then the LA Colors powder. This is their pressed powder in beige. And that's what she looks like. So I'm gonna use both of these together. I always use a white powder and a colored powder. And I've seen these powders around, but not necessarily in my tone. This looks really light on camera. I mean, it is light, but it's deeper than some of the other colors that they had. So I'm gonna try out this beige color mix. It comes with a little poof thing, which is the size of a pancake. Well, as flat as a pancake. I don't know what you're gonna do with this, but it's in there. I have a poof. This is a poof. Nice and thick. This, I don't know. It's a Frisbee. But yeah, I'm gonna use my little poofy poof when I go to blend this out to set, and then I'm gonna set my whole face. So. You can see the difference a little bit. This is a little bit more shiny. This is a little powdered down. It is a little light, but when I bronze and contour, that's gonna, hopefully, we're gonna tone that down a bit, but you can tell the difference in my neck a little bit. It's a little light. A little light, but this powder is a little light, but I can make it work. So far, it looks nice, it looks smooth, no cakiness or anything like that. Looks good so far. So we shall move on to the brows. I'm gonna do those off camera, but I'm gonna let you know. I did get the Ioni Brow Duo, which is it's a pomade. Have a little brush here on the end, and then the pomade is on the other end. It's in this little thing here, and it is very creamy. It's very creamy. It's a good color for me. I tried it before. This, you have to have a steady hand with this. It has a learning curve to it. So I'm not going to use that today. I'm going to use something else, but I did pick that up. Also picked up the Mercerie pencil. This has the little brush on the end. The brush is very stiff for, you know, going through your brows, and then the pencil part is very hard. It's very ashy. I'm rubbing this really hard on my hand. It hurts to get just that much. So you can imagine how it's going to be when I put it on my eye. It's going to hurt. So this product I don't like. I don't like that at all. I have the Ioni brow pencil. I love this. This is like the e.l.f. brow pencil. It looks the same except this is in a clear container. This is how much I have left. I have a backup. It's not too waxy. It's not too creamy. And I don't have to press hard for it to show up. I love this, so I am going to use that to outline my brows. Okay, and then I'm also going to bring in this is the brow soap. Why do they put these? It's white on pink. Why couldn't this be different color? I can't read it. Sorry. But that's just the brow soap. So I'm going to bring that in to use. And then I have this is by this is LA Colors. Also the LA Colors brow powder. I think it only comes in one. This is universal. And these are the colors. If this is too light, I'm going to bring in my little mix that I use, which is some eyeshadows and brow powders that I mix together to make a brow powder. So if it's too dark for the tail, because I like the tail to be a little bit darker than the front part, this will probably work in the front part, and then I'll probably bring this in on the tail. But I'm going to go and do that off camera because it's going to take a while, and then I'm just going to clean it up with the concealer. So I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back with my brows done. Again, I used the Ioni pencil to outline, the LA Colors brow powder to fill in, and then I also brought in my little Franken powder here to do the tails because I like them to be a little darker, and it came out just fine. And then I went over the, you know, to clean them up with the concealer. So they're okay. They could be better, but today they're, you know how brows are. They're not twins, and sometimes they're not even in the same family, but today we're gonna work with it. So now I'm gonna do my contour, my blush, and my highlight. So I have the LA Colors Sculpting Duo that's supposed to be a dupe for the Patrick Ta duos. I have used it. I used it in the video that I have to redo. I used it in that one, and I really like this cream, and I liked this powder. I use this as bronzer, and I use this as contour. I also have the Glow Up Contour from Be Pure. I like this as well. It has the little poof on it, and you just dot it on. It blends out so nicely. This is a good color for me. I really, really enjoy this. But today I'm going to use the LA Color, and I'm going to use, let me see, I have this little brush here. This is from a Harley Quinn collection I've had for years, and I'm going to take this, I'm going to do some nose contour with this. Just dab it in, and then I'm just going to go down my nose, down here on the end. Then I'm going to wipe it off a little bit and then go in and blend that out. I think I put too much on because it's a little dark, but I'm wiping this off so I can blend it out a little bit more. Might have to use a bigger brush, but that's okay. We'll make it work. I'm gonna go in with my brush that I'm gonna use for bronzer. Not for bronzer, for contour. This is a Farrah brush that I got in an Ipsy BoxyCharm. Little angled brush. I'm just gonna go in and blend that out. And then I'm gonna go into it on the cheek. Go in, see it there, and go on the cheek. And then up on the hairline. Go into the jawline a little bit. It's adding a little bit more depth there since that powder was a little light, but it's not too dark. I'm gonna go under the lip a little bit. This helps to make the lips look a little fuller, not too much. And then the other side. Okay. Then I'm gonna go into this color. I'm gonna use that powder brush. I forgot to use the brush, the contour brush. Oh well, use this one. I forgot to use the other one. What did I even do with it? Where is it? I've lost my brush. Oh man. Okay, I've lost the other brush. I don't know what I did with it, but I still have this one I can use for blush. So I'm gonna go into this powder brush and I'm gonna go into this color here, and that's gonna just blend out the contours. Just to even that out. It's nice and fluffy and soft. And that's what we're looking like with that. Blend this out a little bit more. But these are really, really nice. So if you see these at your Dollar Tree, pick up one and try one. And I think they have highlighter duos as well. So for my blush, I am going to use the Ioni liquid blushes. These are so good. This one is in Rosette, which is more of an orange, and this one is in Warm Rose, which I love to death. I need to get a backup, and I'm not even a liquid blush person, but I love this. Has a big doe foot. Put it on the back of my hand. That's what she looks like. And then I'm gonna go in with this brush and it's gonna dot it on. It's good over powder. I've used this so many times over powder and it does not disrupt. And it's a nice, what should I say, light blush on me, on my skin tone. As you can see, it's not too bright. It's just a nice flush of blush on your skin, a nice flush of color. And it dries down really nicely. It's not disrupting the powder. I do put a little bit on my nose. But that looks so nice and so natural. It's not too bright. I love these blushes. So if you see these Ioni blushes, these liquid blushes, these are really, really good. For highlight, I'm going to use the highlight in this Mary Claire. This is a eyeshadow, contour, and highlight. This is in the color, I don't think it has one. No, oh, Smoky Delight. And that's what she looks like. And I'm gonna use this highlight. It's a little chunky, but she is very nice. She's a nice highlight. I also have the LA Color highlight. That one is also gorgeous as well, but I'm going to go in with this one. So I'm going to use my little highlight brush here. This is from Wet n Wild. This is the P75. I'm gonna go in with my finger first and go on my nose, a little in between my eyes, top of the lip and the chin to add light in the middle of the face. And then go in with the brush on the cheeks. brow. And then blend that out really, really well on the cheek. So it meshes with the blush. It's not a strip. Now that I have that on, I'm gonna go back in with the hyaluronic spray and I'm gonna set down my powders. So this is how we're looking as far as base products. Good so far. And now we're gonna go into the eyes. I have two eye primers from the Dollar Tree. I have the one I've had for a long time. This is the LA Colors eye primer. This is in matte. I'm going to use that on one eye. Just put a little bit on my hand. It is matte. And then I found this one from Ioni. This is their eye primer. It comes in this tube. Doe foot, and it is clear. Reminds me of like the old e.l.f. one. You can barely see it right there. It's clear. So I'm gonna put one on one eye, one on the other eye. So we'll test them out. So I'm gonna put this one on this eye. Feels a little oily. So hopefully that will dry down, because that's not gonna hold any shadows if it's oily. Then I'm gonna go in with the LA Girl. This one matte, it does set down. So I have both of those on. And then for eyeshadow, I'm going to use this LA Colors Quad. This is the one in Fashionista. It's like the e.l.f. ones. I'm gonna go into this berry wine color and I'm gonna put that on the outer corner and bring it in. I'm gonna do that on both eyes. And I'm using, this is a Luxie brush. It's just a little pencil brush. It's very dense. It's great for this particular reason. So I'm going into that color, tap some of that off, and then let me pull you in a little bit so you can see what's happening. I'm gonna go in the outer corner. It did dry down, that's good. And I'm going to tap first, laying down the color. And the looks I'm doing would be great holiday, easy holiday looks. Blend it out a little bit and I'm blend it into the crease. It's doing okay over this Ioni primer. Now I'm gonna go to the LA Color side. I think it works better on the on the LA Color side. It's bringing out the color a lot bolder than the Ioni side. Really simple with that, just doing that. See, this is not as bold as this, as you can see. This is a little bit more sheer. It's not sticking to the Ioni as good as it's sticking to the LA Color. But we will try to build it up and see. Now I'm gonna go into, it does have kick up. I'm gonna go into this color here, which is like a peachy pink. And I'm just going into this like triangle fluffy brush. This is a Luxie brush as well, and I'm gonna go into that and blend out the edge. That brow soap does not hold my brows, so that I don't like it. It's not holding them at all. That's what we have so far. You can see this one is a lot more darker than this side. It's not sticking to it. So what I'm going to do is on the outer part, you know, this part here going into here, I'm going to use this like taupey color here, and then I'm going to go into the inner part of the lid with this lighter taupey color. So I'm going to use this brush here. It does not have a name on it, but it's just a flat shader brush. I'm going to go into the darker color, and I'm going to spray it with the spray. So it's like a dark taupey bronze color. And then I'm just going to flip it over, wipe it off, and I'm going to flip it over and go into the lighter taupey shade, spray it, and go into the inner part of the eye. This is more like a dingy taupey gold. Really simple, easy eye look. And that's what she looks like there. Not bad. These are nice shadows. I do not really buy shadows at the Dollar Tree, but these are impressive. They are very impressive. So if you see them, try them. They have a lot of different ones to choose from. On this eye, we're going to use this little trio that I found from Mercerie. You have 3 colors. This is the like smoky gray color. It's got a little bit of sparkle in it. The middle one is like a little bit of a rosy gold, but it's more of a gold. And then the other one is more of a reddish copper. They're very nice. This one is a little patchy, but the other ones are really nice. I like that. Those are pretty. So what I'm gonna do, like I said, I'm recreating what I did before. I'm going into the middle one and I'm gonna put that all over the eye. And then I'm also gonna go in with a brush and blend it out, because these little bitty brushes or whatever, this is doe foot, that's not very good for control. So I'm gonna go in with a little flat brush like this, and I'm gonna go over it to just blend it out. But I'm gonna go in with the doe foot. And it blends out really nicely, not patchy. Once you get it on there, you can distribute it really nicely. I'm just patting. I'm not really swiping. I'm just patting it to move it around. Really nice, easy look. And then to blend it in, I'm going to go in with this little brush here. This is a Divina D104. This is like a little wispy brush. And I'm gonna go into the wine color, this here, roll it around a little bit in there, tap it off, and then just go in and blend out that edge. For black liner, I'm just gonna use this Wet n Wild Color Icon black pencil that's in my project pan, trying to get it used up. I'm going to go in at my top waterline and then on top of my lash line. That's just to fill in any gaps in between my lashes. For the inner corner of my eye, I'm going to go back into that Mercerie, the Mary Claire highlighter. Here, Mary Claire highlighter. It needs to be sprayed, so I'm gonna spray it. And this is a Divina 102, which is a little small brush, like a small, really tiny shader brush. It's great for inner corner and lower lash lines and precise work. Oops, dropping things. I sprayed it, and then I'm gonna go into the inner corner. And I like to bring my inner corner up high. For my lower lash line, I'm going in with this NYX Faux Black pencil. This one is in Burnt Sienna. Matches the wine color. So I'm gonna go down here and put a little bit of that down. I have to put down a base on my lower lash line. I can't just put eyeshadow because it just fades away. So I always put down a liner as a base. Then I'm going to go into the wine color with the Divina D101, which is a really tiny pencil brush. Go in with that and then just blend that out on the bottom lash. That. Get any fallout. Always keep a brush, a fluffy brush with powder on it, just to dust away any fallout. Then I'm gonna go in with liquid liner, which is the Mercerie liquid liner. This is a brush tip, really nice. Reminds me of the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof pencil, liquid. Okay, so I did my wings. Pull you in so you can see. They were so easy to do with that liner. It's so precise. I love it, and I bought a backup, so I'm good with that for a while. I'm gonna go ahead and do my lashes, which is the e.l.f. Lash and Roll. I don't have any mascaras from Dollar Tree. I tried them, I didn't like them, so I'm not buying anything else from Dollar Tree as far as mascara goes because they just don't work for me. I guess the LA Colors has come out with some new ones. Some people say they like them, some people are just like, nah, it's still not good. That's one makeup item at the Dollar Tree that needs a lot more work, which is the mascaras. e.l.f. is not that expensive. I got this one at CVS for a little of nothing because I use my CVS rewards to get quite a few things from, you know, makeup wise or, you know, things that I need there, and get them for a little of nothing. And I think this is usually like $6. I think I might have paid maybe $2 for it, and it is really nice. It's a really nice mascara. Now we're gonna do the lips. Really simple. I have these two lip liners from Ioni. These came out a while ago. They've come out with some new ones. This one is in Mombasa Spice. It's like a mauve. And then this one is in Napa Wine, which is a red. I love this. I use this all over the lips. These are great lip liners all over the lips. Absolutely beautiful. They last. I love them. So if you see these two, get them. I think there's a brown out that they have now. I have plenty of brown liners. I don't need any, but I'm gonna use the Mabasa Spice and I'm gonna line my lips. I have this Mercerie. This is supposed to be a lip tint. It is a Christmas red. That's what she looks like. It is a Christmassy red. It's very pretty. And then I have this one here. Don't know, it doesn't have a color on it. This one is more of a mauve color and it's very goopy. It's on the big doe foot here. As Emily Noel calls them, buck foots. They're not doe foots, they're bucks. And that one is a mauve color. This says it is hydrating. I've tried this one. It is very drying. It's not hydrating at all. As soon as you put it on, it dries down and it looks crusty. I don't like this. So I'm gonna go into the Christmassy red one and we're gonna try her out. I haven't used this one yet, so let's pray. Very pretty, very pretty. I like that. I like that. I'm gonna let it dry and see what happens. But the key to liquid lipstick, don't rub your lips together. Put it on, let it dry. This is what we're looking like. I'm gonna put on some setting spray. This is from Rude Cosmetics. This is from TJ Maxx, but I'm gonna put on some setting spray. All right, so there we are, Dollar Tree makeup. What'd you think? To go over some of the things that we enjoyed and some of the things we didn't. We'll go over that really quickly. The lip liners, I love them. I've had them for quite a while. I think I got these last year. Love these. This La Mercerie lip here is very pretty. It hasn't set down yet, but it's very pretty. It's a nice Christmassy blue based red, which I like a blue base, not a pink base. I like it so far. We'll see how it